In a corner of the tranquil town of Salina, Texas, hides one of the most intriguing and mysterious stories. What began as a simple family tragedy quickly transformed into a puzzle shrouded in horror and enigma. An abandoned house, a mysterious altar, and a body discovered next to a letter dated the day of her death, despite having been dead for months. What happened to Olivia Mabel? Was she a victim of supernatural forces, or are there buried secrets still hidden within the walls of that cursed house? Prepare to dive into a story that will chill you to the bone, where the truth is stranger than fiction.
In the town of Salina, Texas, Olivia Mabel lived a quiet life with her husband Travis and their only son Aiden. Their lives were peaceful until that fateful day that changed everything forever. In 1990, a tragic accident occurred, resulting in the death of their son Aiden, who drowned in one of the ponds. After his death, Olivia fell into a deep state of grief and depression. She left her job, distanced herself from friends, stopped going to church, and completely isolated herself from people, no longer leaving her home. Even her husband couldn't handle the situation and eventually left her, moving away to start a new life and remarry. Olivia remained in this state until September 1991. She was occasionally seen near the house, but soon no one saw her anymore. Neighbors complained that the grieving mother had lost her mind and speculated that she might have been taken to the hospital or had become completely reclusive.
On February 27, 1994, several strange and mysterious calls were made to the 911 emergency number. The caller was silent and did not say a word. The police traced the calls to Olivia's house. Officers immediately went to the location and knocked on the door repeatedly, but there was no answer, forcing them to break in. The house seemed odd as dust covered the furniture, making it appear as if it had been abandoned for many years. The police searched the house until they reached one of the rooms, where they made a shocking discovery. They found Olivia's body sitting in a rocking chair, dressed in her nightclothes, in front of a small altar dedicated to her son Aiden. The altar was filled with pictures, letters, flowers, and items belonging to the child, along with his ashes. There were words written in strange languages stuck to the front of the altar, which were later identified as being in Sanskrit and Tibetan. Olivia was holding a strange handmade doll crafted from wood, with pieces of Aiden's clothing attached to it. The room was extremely clean and tidy, in stark contrast to the rest of the house. The most bizarre part was that the investigators found a handwritten letter by Olivia in which she mentioned a creature or something mysterious that was disturbing her, or something that had spiraled out of her control. The letter was dated the same day the police broke into the house, even though the autopsy revealed that Olivia had been dead for a long time. Part of the letter, written in Olivia's handwriting, read, "Aiden, I'm sorry, so very sorry. I shouldn't have let it go on like this. I'm leaving. Your mother is coming to you, my dear sweet Aiden. Your mother loves you." Some of the officers involved admitted that from the moment they entered the house, they felt uneasy and sensed that there was a presence, a person, or a mysterious entity in the house. This feeling was so strong that they called in a paranormal expert for assistance. After a thorough investigation, the case was closed, and the police did not disclose the cause of death. Rumors and speculations spread throughout the town about what really happened to Olivia. The most common theory was that Olivia had created or attracted something evil. This was confirmed by Francesco Santiago, one of the officers involved in the investigation, whose uncle was an expert in mysterious and paranormal phenomena. He was the first to suggest that what was found at the altar was not ordinary. Based on the translation of the words, the flowers, and other items found at the altar, all of this pointed to pagan rituals and indicated that Olivia had created what is known as a tulpa for her son's spirit. Perhaps Olivia was trying to create an image of her dead son, and for this she resorted to magical practices. But what happened after that? Had the tulpa Olivia created in Aiden's image gotten out of control, turned evil? Maybe tulpa was the one who killed Olivia. Whom did Olivia call in her note to her son a vile and evil creature? And who or what placed the silent 911 calls from the house that evening? Unfortunately, nothing was said to the press about what Olivia Mabel's autopsy revealed and what was the cause of her death. Belgian-French explorer, spiritualist, and Buddhist Alexandra David Neal observed tulpa creation in 20th century Tibet and wrote in Magic and Mystery in Tibet, once the tulpa is endowed with enough vitality to be capable of playing the part of a real being, it tends to free itself from its maker's control. This, say Tibetan occultists, happens nearly mechanically, just as the child, when his body is completed and able to live apart, leaves its mother's womb. In 2005, the case of Mabel's resurfaced in the press when it turned out that no one wanted to buy their abandoned house. The landlord eventually invited a paranormal expert from Austin, Drew Navarro, to the house to do a cleanup. According to Navarro, as soon as he entered the house, he almost choked. "I have been in hundreds of strange places, but never before have I felt such a powerful force. I could barely breathe, and my heart was pounding wildly," he told reporters. The energy of the house was different in different rooms, but everywhere was very negative. Navarro did not find out exactly what was wrong with this house, but he compared the evil entity, probably living in it until now, with a child who rushes into hysterics from helplessness and anger.